again, left to right on the bottom here, you have like the 88 keys of the piano. Just like you have this on the left side here, you got the lowest vibrational frequencies. That'd be the same on the Egyptian papyrus. Lower vibrational frequencies to the left, higher vibrational frequencies as you go up to the right. So it'd be like this. This is Newt, the canopy up here. She makes love to, I think it's called Jeb, the god on the ground or whatever. What's happening on the ground is like this. You take those like chakra system of people, it would be like the person Jeb or whatever it's called on the ground, the person that lays on the ground, lowest frequencies, lowest vibrational frequencies, root chakra here on the left. And they're like basically they're on this energy exchange constantly, the sky and the ground. And that's like the gradient of voltage or whatever, the energy that's in the air. So what you have is when you see this here, you got the lower chakras on the left, all the way up to the right, the higher frequencies on the right. You see these people here starting here. These people face to the right, to the higher frequencies. So that would be like if I did it like this, I think. That would be like the third chakra. But so you have it here basically like this. Like, so these guys on the left, they're facing the left. This is humanity on the bottom here. All these people here. This is us, where we stand on this plane. And so these people here would be like the lowest two chakras here. And they're looking to the left side, to the lower vibrational frequencies, which shows an animal here too. These are like animal mind, if you think of it in that terms. They're facing that animal, an animal mind. They're almost worshiping that animal mind. Their hands are up to it and everything. On the right side here, you got like from the solar plexus chakra up, you have everyone facing the higher vibrational frequencies, or you could say like the face of God or whatever, the highest vibrations. The next level up, this level here, they all face the higher frequencies. There's an animal here on the lower frequencies, but they're like in cage or something like that. They're like boxed in, so that's contained. So to me, what that represents is, you have the whole of humanity here on the bottom, the whole spectrum. But then up here you have be almost another copy of this up here. But it would be like the collective higher self of humanity. This is what you can tap into up here, like a higher self of humanity. And there's levels of it, it seems like to me. I don't know, man. This is just my own like interpretations of it. You got up here, you got more, whatever this stuff is here, you got it more encaged. These lower frequencies are all kind of encased. I don't know what this is here. This is, again, maybe another, like the 5 elements or something, since you got 5 of them. So like earth, air, water, fire, and ether, or spirit, whatever. Above that, you got two layers of people in boats or whatever. I don't know enough about this. I would say this is one of two things. This is what you would call elementals, maybe, that would live in the air, like an entity or something, maybe. Or it's possible that this might be like a dream realm or something like that. I'm not sure. This specific one here is slightly different from the one I have on my wall. The one on my wall has where this has Osiris wearing the triple crown here at middle C. The one I have on my wall has a feminine version of this, would be like Isis or something. And this part's red on mine. This G1 or whatever that is, G7 thing, that's red, and it looks like maybe I can find it. Hold on. Here's something interesting too. I saw this when I was looking through it. This is like a mirrored one with all kinds of other shit in it. But when you right click and do a Google search for this image, it comes up a control panel. Isn't that crazy? And look at the images it shows you. So when you image search that double one, it shows you this, which would be like, what I say, whatever this realm is, we're on like some kind of circuit board and everything. All the structures that are on there that man-made are are there to extract some kind of etheric energy or whatever. Even in nature, like where all the forests are and everything like that, it's just transmuting some spiritual energy down into this dimensional energy. Anyway, it's red on the one on my wall, and it looks like the Monopoly Go. Like, do not pass Go, do not collect $200. We have this Go, but then you have two bigger stacks, but everything's here sectioned in squares. Or over here you wouldn't have the two ones going up. Maybe that's been collapsed or something. But you have like these squares of this game board or whatever going around. Everything coming from here. From this would be like the emanation. So everything would be going this way, I would think, just like Monopoly. You'd be going this way. Maybe it just recycles and recirculates back up here. And that's what I was wondering, if they were saying flatten the curve, does that mean like if this whole thing here is malleable, this whole thing can just be squashed down on us? Maybe that's why people can't breathe or whatever. Or even in times of giants or something, maybe this whole top can go up or down, as these dots inside of it would represent the planets and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think those might be elementals or dream realm, whatever those little boats are. And when you read about this online, they say she swallows the sun and then gives birth to it down here. I disagree with that. The moon is always represented by women. It has to do with the cycle of the woman, the cycle of the moon, and that's why it's down here at her womb. And this one's like the Bible, says, God says, "Let there be light." Everything's like a frequency or a sound, and that's why it's coming out of the mouth. So I disagree with what they say when you read about it. And then I showed you guys how there's this bar here, whatever that is. I think that's a whole nother realm. So it'd be like this. This left side of that line would be this bar there, or whatever. And what I mean by this is you could have a whole nother one of these. The Egyptian sky goddess Nut. You could do that again over here. I'm just showing you with the filter, with the EQ. So it'd be like, this is to match that line there. Whole nother higher vibrational frequency. Where to the right, on the right side of the picture, that's our higher vibrational energies. Here you're in a whole nother higher vibrational realm. We can't even get into it. We can't even perceive it. It's just too high vibration. Our highest vibrational people here are closest to this wall, but you're still sealed off from this wall here. And I said this on the video, and I don't know if this is true or not, is I said if you copied this EQ and you took it to the left side, to me it's implied there's another one over here. However, maybe not. Maybe the reason there's not one of those lines over here on the left side like there is on the right, on the left there's no line like that. Maybe that means we're actually in the lowest vibrational holding place, whatever this is. Maybe that's what that means. Hell, basically you call it, and you're trying to get out of here and go to this next level up, where it's the higher frequencies. But I would think there's a lower one. Again, I can't prove that or anything. Maybe that is what they're saying by not having it there. But if there was a lower one, what that would mean is the highest vibrational frequencies or entities that live in this realm, which would be to the left of us on this, they would be maybe able to talk to these people here that are on the left side, the lower vibrational frequencies here. Maybe they're able to communicate, which this would be like a demon to us, basically. They're highest vibrational people. To us, it would be lowest vibrational. So that's what we would consider demon or lower vibrational entity. Now, again, these Egyptian people were smart as fuck. So this whole thing, everything they draw is in 2 dimensions. It's not because they're dumb or anything. It's because they're trying to show you how your body, your 3D body and environment creates a 2D shadow on the ground. They're trying to show you that this entire 3D reality we're in is a shadow of a higher dimensional 4th or 5th dimension, whatever, and we're something you can't imagine or fathom, and we're a shadow of that. That's why these are all 2-dimensional. So when I say these lower vibrational frequencies to the left, it's probably like closer, like those Russian nesting dolls where they're all stacked inside of each other. And there's like probably a dimension right on top of you where you're sitting right now, whole nother dimension. And with people that are so high frequency in their dimension, they can communicate with you here, but they would be like a demon in this realm. If that shit makes any sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm just rambling on. But then you can see too, one last thing here is this hands never touch the ground here. So this realm's sealed off to us. If there's a time it does open, you'd have to go to wherever the highest frequencies are. So I don't know if this means North Pole, South Pole, or what. But there's a little bridge or whatever for you to get to here. You're just blocked off on that side. So maybe there's a way to get into that next dimension, but I don't know how you do it. If there's lower dimensional entities here, then the people that we see in our realm that are doing all this stuff, they work for these demons, whatever, lower dimensional entities, and that's how it is. One more thing back about this is I was going to say, I forgot to mention, is how this thing, you can shape this however you want. I think you can shape this, maybe it goes without saying, but I want to make sure I say it. You can shape this top canopy part however you wanted, if you knew how. Maybe through a technology, or maybe through I don't know how they would do it. Really what it is, which I haven't said either, is this thing here would be like think of the chakra system. These are the lower chakras here, and the higher chakras as you go up. So if you could just keep humanity in a collective humanity in a lower fear-based vibration, then that whole aura, whatever, would shrink. So maybe that's where it's collapsing down further, is when the collective humanity is in a state of fear. Where if humanity was higher up on this chakra spectrum, if they were vibing higher, it would translate up here on the top part too. That would vibe higher. It'd probably have to expand because there's so much frequencies inside there. Because what this thing's holding in here is all your frequencies that are playing at once. So if you increase more frequencies, as you increase that headroom, there's more and more frequencies inside of there. These things can be shaped all kinds of crazy ways. So maybe these elites know different ways to shape that the top of our realm, whatever you want to call it, the ceiling. Maybe they know how to manipulate those planets and everything and create different shapes and stuff that would create different effects on the ground here. And again, man, I don't want to say that 100% is what it is, but that's just a thought experiment I had or whatever. It's the best way I can describe it.